Hello there, welcome to our space. This space is called Dialogue in Art. I know the last few weeks have been really difficult time. But look, what a beautiful afternoon, isn't it? Let's go for a walk at the park, shall we? Let me introduce myself. I'm Winnie. I want to share with you an idea that I've been thinking a lot lately. Yeah? This idea is called Dialogue in Art. What is dialogue in art? It is a pop-up living room that creates space to facilitate dialogues for community building. Let me share a little bit about myself, and then you'll know why this idea interests me. I'm currently a graduate student in the Art Therapy and Counseling program. I enjoy facilitating groups and making art together. I also care about how to make things work. Before I came to SAIC, I had a career in banking for 8 years as a consultant, and then I founded my own little art business for 2 years before I moved to Chicago. So project management, finances, and implementations, you can trust me on that. I also care a lot about how we create. In the last 4 years, I have been doing different collaborative public art in Singapore and Hong Kong as an artist. In summer, I will have to move out from my student dorm to the suburbs, Arlington Heights. As an outsider, I want to contribute to the new community. I also appreciate how people are open to arts there, and this is why I want to bring both the arts and people together through this project. As an international student, I cannot create a business in which I'll receive funds from any customer, but we can still make this model work, and I'll explain more later. Let me start with the challenge and opportunity I see. I see that many community-based art programs often center around the artist and the final artwork instead of the people. Once the art program is over, the community building ends. The impact is limited. So I thought, how might we support community members who need relationships and resources for sustainable community building? And this is what I think. Dialogue in Art is a pop-up living room. This living room can be created as selected communal spaces such as playgrounds, parking lots, bus stops, or parks. The living room is an interactive installation art which promotes the exchange of conversations, stories, creative expressions, skills, and contact information. The artist, myself, is the facilitator. Members of the community are welcome to visit for free. Non-monetary exchanges are encouraged for sustainable community building. Let me bring you there so you can see it better. I'll set up a living room in the park. People at the park can come over, take a seat, grab a few popcorn, and join our chat. Or at the playground, the parents are just waiting for their children. Instead of scrolling on their phones, they come to the living room, grab a coffee, and get to know each other. Or while people are waiting for the next bus, they could grab some water, sit a little more comfortably, or stay at the frame painting for a while and chat. Or after they park their cars, instead of quickly walking away to their destination, they pause. They see a living room pops out of nowhere. Some people are writing and coloring on the table. They go check it out and sit alongside them. Oh, so you might wonder, are the people just hanging out? Bringing people together and helping them press the pause button in their life is just the very first step, but important one. What follows is a series of activities that take place in the living room to encourage further dialogues. And these are what I meant. On the pop-up event day, object exchange will be held. Community members can leave a small items with their stories and take another one in return. I interviewed some people who live in the suburbs and asked them how the space can help them connect with others. What will they exchange for? One said, there are a lot of things at my home that I don't want to throw away, but I will be happy to give them away. Perhaps it could be a plant that her cat doesn't like, a mug gifted by his ex-girlfriend, a necklace she used to like, or a book that they only need to read it once. On another pop-up event, letters exchange will be held. Community members can write a letter to a stranger and take another letter in return. One of the interviewees told me, oh, I want to write a secret, or ask a question without expecting anyone to respond. It can be anything you want to say, really, but you haven't got a chance to share with anyone yet. On another pop-up event day, skills exchange will be held. Community members can write down a skill with contact information to trade with others. I remember my interviewee said, oh, I can teach someone how to play ukulele. I don't know what I want in return, but I am excited to check out what others can offer. It's like shopping, origami making, recipe sharing, expert advice, a knitting project. How do we make each other's life better? On the pop-up event day, everyone is encouraged to join the neighborhood social media group to continue the conversations beyond the living room. In addition to connecting individual members, I also want to support the local businesses. I'll negotiate and offer vouchers from local stores to first-timers who participated in an exchange. It's not only an incentive, but also allows more resources to be shared within the community, bringing it even closer. Are you now thinking about how it might all come together? It will be implemented across 2 months on the first and the third Saturday, so a total of 4 pop-up events. On the event day, I will set up a pop-up living room in one of the selected communal spaces from 10 to 5. All this will be captured and recorded. At the end of the program, a video or illustration will be produced so that it can be shared with the wider community and used as marketing for the next phase. It's exciting, isn't it? I know it is not as straightforward as an online shop selling products, but I want to share with you some of my past experiences bringing me here today and giving confidence in making this work. I spent a few years in Hong Kong and Singapore on community engagement, from organizing expressive art workshops with adults to art making programs with children to installation art at public spaces. It wasn't easy, but it offered me valuable lessons on how to make the next one better. I'm also experienced in creating collective narrative that can tell a story about community, from infographics to community exhibition. It taught me how I should document the project journey properly. What I found most helpful was the experience setting up a pop-up space in Hong Kong. It was a community art studio for everyone to come into the space for a conversation. It does look a little like a creative living room, isn't it? But the problem was the space was designed in a retail space in a mall. It's not only that it kept the operating costs high with the rent, it was the living room being in a fixed place. People have to come all the way to it. And this is why I want to reverse that. I want to bring the space to the people, setting up the living room in a communal space so it is truly accessible for everyone. There is also another example I love in Chicago. P.O. Box Collective is a creative center based in the Rogers Park, and community members are welcome to join their workshops there. But same challenge. People have to go all the way there to join the event. I wish it can be the other way around. And this is why I feel that my project, Dialogue in Art, will be truly beneficial for our community, the community that I will move into during summer. In order to bring this community project to life, investment will be needed. MakeWork can make it happen, and this is what I need. The total needed will be $5,000. $1,500 goes into curating a living room space with essential furniture and decorations. The creative materials needed for the exchange activities and art making that makes use of the surroundings and environments will take up $700. $200 goes into snacks and drinks, and $400 for moving and transporting the large furniture to and from the public space. Part-timer will be hired to support me for the 4 full-day events, paying $150 per day. Then a total of $300 goes into operations, mainly for the website to promote and document the programs. $600 will be spared for purchasing discounted vouchers from local businesses as marketing incentives. And then a total of $700 goes into promotional materials before and after the program. It means a total of $5,000 will be able to bring Dialogue in Art to life. And this is how it will look like in terms of timeline. Being a full-time graduate student here, I've got a plan on how I can execute this project in a manageable pace. It begins with telling the story to create anticipation in the community, followed by quality research, including site visit. And I know I won't be able to do everything by myself. I'm interested to reach out to SAIC students, many of which are talented artists, to offer paid design jobs to complete some of the promotional materials. Once materials are ready, I will connect with the local stores for their support and also spread the words. Although being an international student means I could not charge customers for money, I will be actively looking for other artist grants and community funds which can allow me to carry on with the phase 2 of this project. With most of the setup costs covered here in phase 1, I'm very confident that the phase 2 development will be a lot easier. And I am very excited. This is all I have. It's been a long chat with you, and I really appreciate you hearing out my idea. I want to thank you for offering the possibility to create this project called Dialogue in Art in our community, bringing a pop-up living room that creates space to facilitate conversations for community building. This valuable MakeWork funding will allow me to bring this exciting idea to life, and trust me, I can also make it work. Thank you very much. And I do hope that I can see you in person sometime. Bye-bye.